I'm Sebastian, and this is from Mrs. Mann's class, and reading Each Kindness by Jacqueline, Woodson. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened and the principal came in. She had a girl with her, and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open. Her clothes beneath it looked like old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes, did not meant for snow. A strap on one of them had broken. Our teacher, Miss Albert, said good morning to our new student, but most of our were silent. The only empty seat was next to me. That's where our teacher put Maya. And that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled, but I didn't smile back. I moved my chair myself and my books. When she looked away, I turned the window and stared out at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away and didn't smile back. My best friends that were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us a shiny tiny red ball she gotten for her birthday. "It's high bouncer," she said, but no one of us wanted to play, so Maya played against herself. That afternoon, when we got into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "Bet you can't guess who the new chess champion of the world is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Joel's got a new friend. Joel's got a new friend." "She's not my friend," I whispered back. The weeks passed. Every day I whispered about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, her strange food she brought for lunch. Some days Maya held out her hand to show us what she had brought to school: a deck of cards, pickup sticks, small tattered doll. Whenever she asked to play with us, we said no. And the days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed, grass began to grow where snow had once been. One day Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes, but the shoes and dress looked like they'd belonged to another girl before Maya. "I have a new name for her," Kendra whispered. "Never knew. Everything she has came from a second store." We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence, she holding a jump rope, but didn't come over to ask us if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it, double rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped all around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once. He just jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In the class that morning, we talked about kindness. Miss Albert had brought a big bowl to her class and filled it with water. We all gathered around the desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled away from the snow. Tiny wiggling rippled away from the stone. This is what kindness does, Miss Albert said. Each little thing goes a ripple into the world. Then Miss Albert let each us drop the stone in as we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held it to the floor. His grandmother, Kendra, helped change her baby's brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's books up the stairs, she said. Miss Albert said it was true. She stood there holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even the small things could count, Miss Albert said gently. But I couldn't think of anything and passed the stone on. Maya didn't come to school the next day or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned and she didn't look at me and smile. I promised myself this would be the day I smiled back. Each kindness, Miss Albert had said, makes the whole world a little bit better. But Maya's seat remained empty. And one day Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya wouldn't be coming back. Her family had moved away, Miss Albert said. Then she told us to take our notebooks. It was time for spelling. That afternoon, I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all things I wish I would have to say to Maya. Each kindness I had never shown, I threw small stones into all over, watching the way the water rippled out and away. Like each kindness done, not done, like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone, and then some turned away from it. I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples, and a chance of kindness with Maya became more and more forever gone. This book is Each Kindness, and a girl never smiled to Maya, and when she wanted to play with her, she always said no, and three girls were friends, and they kept whispering secrets into their ears. And then Maya came along, and she had pretty dress and pretty shoes that looked like she borrowed them from someone else. And then she had a jump rope in her hand, and then she jump roped all around the school, and then she didn't ask if she wanted to play with them or not. And then the teacher said Maya would be gone forever. And then we did science, and then the teacher brought a jar, and then she filled it with water, and then she dropped a stone in, and this is like all of kindness flowing out of the world. And each of the students did something right, but one of the students didn't. So she passed it on. And every day on, she was thinking this was the day that I would come back. But it never was. Bye.